I was testing my new gravity-defying skateboard in the workshop when every light in the city flickered once and turned this intense neon green. I looked up through my lab skylight and saw something that made my engineer brain go into overdrive. A massive spiral of green energy swirling above the city center, pulsing like a heartbeat. So let me introduce my team. I'm Zylo, 12 years old, professional inventor, and I talk really fast when I get excited. My hair does this spiky blue thing naturally, and these goggles aren't just for show. Standing next to me is Mira, who's super calm, thinks 3 steps ahead, and can solve a Rubik's Cube in like 14 seconds. And then there's Bobo, well, he's hard to explain. The 3 of us were in my lab when my energy scanner started beeping like crazy.
Zylo, this energy signature doesn't match anything in the database.
I pulled up the readings on my holographic display, and the numbers were off the charts. I zoomed in on the energy source location, and it was coming from the exact center of downtown.
This isn't from our world.
I was already grabbing my emergency invention backpack. I'd been preparing for something like this my whole life. We loaded up the hover scooters I'd built last month. They're like regular scooters, but with magnetic levitation pads. Whatever's causing this, we're gonna figure it out, document it, and probably save the city before dinner. As we glided through the streets toward downtown, the green glow got more intense with every block. People were evacuating in the opposite direction, which meant we were definitely heading toward the problem. Mira noticed it first. The shadows were moving wrong.
Zylo, I think the shadows are alive.
Bobo screamed, stretched his arms backward, and accidentally catapulted himself into a lamppost. I reached into my backpack and pulled out what I called a photon blaster. Mira deployed her tactical mirror array, which is exactly what it sounds like. Between my blaster and her mirrors, we created a light cage that the shadow creatures couldn't cross. My blaster's battery was already at 60% and dropping fast. Bobo, who had untangled himself from the lamppost, had an idea.
I'll scout ahead.
Mira and I exchanged glances, then sprinted after him, dodging shadow creatures as we went. When Mira and I reached the clock tower, the green energy was so intense my goggles automatically dimmed. We took the emergency stairs 3 at a time. Standing in the center of a massive energy generator was a tall figure in a dark coat with glowing purple eyes. Dr. Barnes.
Ah, the young inventor Zylo. I've followed your work. Impressive, but ultimately limited. This device converts the city's electrical grid into pure shadow energy. Once the transformation is complete, I'll control every shadow in the city.
Whispering. He's monologuing. That means he thinks he's already won.
I pulled out my latest prototype, the quantum destabilizer. I'd only tested it twice, and one of those times it turned my microwave into a small portal. I activated it, aimed at the generator, and pulled the trigger. That's not ideal.
Laughing pathetic.
My mind was racing through solutions, but nothing was fast enough.
Zylo, look at the energy flow pattern. It's following a mathematical sequence, specifically a Fibonacci spiral. If we interrupt the sequence at the right point...
While Mira was calculating and I was trying to repair my destabilizer, Bobo was doing what Bobo does best. When he tried to untangle it, he accidentally rang the bell. The sound created a vibration that traveled through the entire tower structure.
No, the harmonic interference.
Did I do good?
The generator started overloading.
Sometimes, the solution is simpler than we think.
The generator exploded. Well, not exploded, exactly. Like exploded into itself. We did it. The city was saved.
This isn't over, young inventor. Shadow energy is just the beginning. Next time, I'll account for bell-related variables.
I documented the remains of the generator for future study.
Can we stop for pizza after saving the city? Absolutely.
Back at the lab while eating Victory Pizza, I analyzed the data from tonight. Dr. Barnes' shadow energy technology was way more advanced than anything I'd seen before. Mira found a pattern in the energy signatures that suggested he had other devices hidden around the city.
So we're going to have to do this again?
Probably, but next time I'm bringing a backup quantum destabilizer. And maybe some earplugs in case Bobo finds another bell. I couldn't shake the feeling that Dr. Varn was out there right now planning something even bigger. And honestly, I couldn't wait to figure out how to stop it. So that's how my friends and I saved the city using science, strategy, and one very well-timed bell ring. If you want to see what happens when Dr. Varn activates his next device, or when I finally perfect the quantum destabilizer, let me know. I'm Zylo, and remember, every shadow has a story, but not all of them should come to life. See you in the next adventure.